part one, we talked about Ras Al Khaimah, which is the emirate that's gaining a huge buzz with the announcement of the Wynn first and only gaming casino in the GCC, not only having broken ground on their first project in Ras Al Khaimah, but also having just purchased a second plot. And with that and much more that's going on in Ras Al Khaimah, outside of the gaming industry, it has drawn global attention. But I cannot express enough that in this region of the world, unlike anywhere else that I sell real estate, it's not just the location, but it's the developer. And that's why here on the Dubai Connect podcast, I'm very particular about who I bring on. I vet them. I understand their profile, their history, their proven track record, because you have faith in me and trust me. And thank you for that. So back here for part two, we have Abdul Latif from Ellington.
I'm so happy again to be here, to be honest.
Good to have you.
I rejected so many podcasts.
Really?
Really, okay. But with you, like, I really like it because you are straight to the point, you are very honest with your client, and you bring value to the podcast.
I'm going to cry right now.
Please don't cry now.
So many emotions. I send you mad emojis and crying emojis. And he's like, why are you always mad? Abdul Latif.
You don't want to deal with Gigi on WhatsApp, believe me.
Yeah, she scares a lot of people.
I haven't got blocked yet. Not that I know of.
Welcome to Season 6 of the Dubai Connect podcast, a top-ranked Dubai real estate show. I'm your host of the Dubai Connect, Ghada Gigi Benitez, a certified international property specialist and a licensed realtor connecting global investors with prime real estate opportunities in Dubai's thriving market.
So, I will actually start this first and foremost. I think it's one of the most important things because it strikes me. What is the Ellington Effect? Before we even get into Ras Al Khaimah, what does that phrase, what have you gained that phrase for?
Okay, so again, if they want to hear about Ellington, more details, we did the previous podcast, so I explain more about Ellington there. Ellington Effect, basically, it's something that's being used between brokers in Dubai real estate market and other sales developer team.
Wow.
All right? I'll give you an example. When you are selling your own product or own, let's say now since we are talking about developers, if we are selling your own project, usually in the sales offer, there is master plan and where you put the mock-up, all right? So let's say if you are in a certain master community where others are located as well, you don't put their project in your master community because you are promoting only your projects, right?
Right.
There is a developer, I will not mention the name.
Okay.
Okay. That they have some project they are selling over there. In their sales center and the master community, they put 2 projects of Ellington in their sales center, presenting this to their client that Ellington is here.
Wow.
Exactly.
What kind of testament is
I
that?
have to vouch for that. That is so true.
Exactly.
We're building right next to Ellington's building. I've heard that so many times by other developers.
This is one fact. The other one, like usually when there is a developer, especially a new developer, the Mickey Mouse developer. Okay. If they want to come and tell their clients, hey, we are doing good quality projects, usually they say, we're going to be better than Ellington. So Ellington kind of became a benchmark for design quality, luxury apartments in Dubai real estate market. And that's why if you ask ChatGPT today that you want to invest with luxury developer, boutique developer, exclusive developer, Ellington will show up.
Abdul Latif, with that point and example you just made, it was just recently, a month ago, with your up-and-coming project in Dubai South. So I was selling for a developer, of course, we're not going to mention names, who actually was pitching my client that he should buy in this project because the plot 2 blocks away has been just purchased and going to be launched by Ellington. So that is very strange for one developer to pitch that you should buy with us because we're going to be right next to Ellington.
And I believe you're known for raising the rental average
Exactly.
in an area. Yeah. And so I'm very proud to have you on the podcast.
That was my second point to mention, beside this, that wherever we go, we really impact the rental incomes in that area. Now I'll give you true numbers with like facts and figures. I have a friend that is being also in real estate for a long time. He said you were one of the reasons that the JVC level went all the way up. The rental back in that days for one bed was like 40,000, 45,000.
45,000,
Yeah,
yes.
maximum, yeah.
Exactly.
Ellington first project like was renting at like 75, 80,000.
You're talking about Belgravia.
Belgravia, the
Yes.
Belgravia collection. Today in JVC, we are renting one bed at 100 and 105,000 per year. This is an area where the one bed in average of that area is like 70 maximum,
Maximum.
right? Another example. So in Meydan, basically we have a couple of projects as well in Meydan. My own client, I can show all the clients with Ijari, from DLD, with Uqud. We are not just talking numbers and assuming. I have all this recorded. The one bedroom over there rented at 135,000. And you know, there is something called DXB and track where you
Yes.
can check transactions.
Always recommend our clients go there.
Exactly. The average of that area for one bed was 105. Okay. So the cost of Ellington rental is usually, let's say, 20 to 40% more than the average. Why? Because this is Ellington brand. This is Ellington Effect, basically, all right? And also the Ellington Effect in Ras Al Khaimah, okay? So when we entered Ras Al Khaimah, the pricing were like all the way 500 till 1,000 maximum, all right? We started at 1,500. So more than the average of Ras Al Khaimah. And we sold out in one single day.
True. I remember
After that, the pricing of that area went all the way to 1,600 for other developer, and then they start to sell at 1,800. They couldn't reach that level if we were not there.
Agreed.
Right?
I agree, and I congratulate you on the success that you've done, because brand here in this region is probably the most, how do I explain it? Globally, because I sell them in other areas, right? I sell in Spain, I sell in California. But a lot of times when I sell in California, someone doesn't know the builder
Yeah.
next door to each other. Who's this builder? Who's that builder, right? It's about location, location, location. And when you sell or you buy property in this area, just as important as location, location, location is the name of the developer. Yeah. So, but let's go into the location, Ras Al Khaimah. May I ask, why did Ellington even choose to come to Ras Al Khaimah?
Good question. Basically, we saw an opportunity in Ras Al Khaimah, and we wanted to be part of that opportunity as well, because Ras Al Khaimah is really growing, right? We've done this before as well in areas like, let's go back with time again, in JVC. Like most of the developers, they didn't believe in JVC as a community, but we were one of the developers to bring luxury concept, high-end finished apartment in JVC. And then other developer came and they did, let's say, copy-paste design of Ellington, all right? We saw that opportunity in Ras Al Khaimah, and we wanted to be also part of the growing area of Ras Al Khaimah by bringing the best design, the high-quality finish, you know, the architecture that we use in our building. We want to match, because, you know, a lot of international clients and visitors will come to RAK, all right? So, and I think there are a lot of people that they love concept of nice design, right? Nice design, nice concept, high standard, global amenities, lifestyle type of things. Ellington does this. Ellington is a benchmark for high quality, for high standard amenities. So we want to be part of, let's say, Ras Al Khaimah skyline, all right? By having that, you know, oh, this is Ellington. That's why we did the first ever design building by AI was in Ras Al Khaimah.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we use AI in Port Playa.
Abdul Latif, you keep repeating over and over the high design, but you keep forgetting one very important aspect about why Ellington is so wanted and well known, is your finishing. No developer, I mean, I could mention some of the biggest names, and yet no one has come close to your finishing. I mean, forget the design, no doubt. You guys have your own method of designing, but it is your finishing is that actually attracted not only investors, but mostly end users.
That's a good point,
Today,
end users.
Exactly, because with Ellington, you pass both the categories, not just investment-wise. You guys do great with capital returns because of your strategic locations. But at the same time, your quality every end user would want an Ellington to live in.
Very good point. Of course, we're very well known in the market because of our quality and finish. There is one very important fact with Ellington that people have to focus on, which is the exclusivity of our projects, the boutiqueness of us. I'll give you an example. So there are also other developers that have really good finish in the market, all right? But when I see a building has 3,000 nice finish, I think there's no point again. Why? Because I'm killing the part of exclusivity. Why Ellington has higher rental in the market? Because number of units in the project always is limited. We don't do 3,000 units per building. We don't do those 4,000, all this. Why? Because we don't want to fight with our own investor.
Exactly.
In
You're
the building.
saturating your own project.
Exactly. So this is a very important fact. Would you want to invest with Ellington? That you need to know that even though you are buying this as an investment, but it's a great product as an end user as well.
Scarcity, that's what we've been talking.
Scarcity, especially right now when there are talks going on, is there, and we know Ras Al Khaimah, there's not going to be oversupply because it's still a baby market, but in Dubai, is there going to be, so scarcity is how you make sure to leverage against or hedge against any potential oversupply, right?
Exactly. You said something very nice as well, in other countries, usually is location, but here, the way that I see it, in UAE's market is product. Because for a lot of people, they say downtown is the prime area. But for me, downtown is not prime because I don't want to be in downtown.
Yeah, you want something that's newer.
I have my own standards, right?
Yes.
I don't want, because I work in a place very close to downtown. I'm always there. So
Yes.
when I want to, I want to leave that environment that I'm still in downtown on Business Bay, all right? That's why, for example, in downtown, we have a building called DT1, one of my favorite buildings, right? In downtown, usually, when you hear downtown, you want Burj Khalifa view, fountain view. Now, guess what? DT1 has no view. The 3-bedroom, when we used to sell in DT1 for 4.4 million, which was challenging because you don't get view with a 3-bedroom. Your actual view is a big empty plot, all right? Now that 3-bedroom, in the market worth of 6.8 all the way to 10 million if it's upgraded. Product.
This is important to notice for global investors. We're talking about desert, right? It's not the easiest of conditions. So if you're just going to buy because of the location, that's what I was trying to say in San Diego, let's say, where I sell. 2 projects are next to each other, right? Someone doesn't really know who the developer is. The location is the location. You're on the beach, you're on the water, you're in La Jolla, Del Mar. But in Dubai, which is a desert, and it is a harsher condition, if it's an Ellington or one of these Mickey Mouse developers that isn't known for their craftsmanship and their quality of their design, if you're from this region, you understand that Ellington one is going to fare much better long-term for that secondary market and that end user, which impacts the investment for that first buyer as well. And so it really does matter. And that's why I always love having you on here. And then even with Ras Al Khaimah, when we talk about, is that a little bit of a riskier investment, right? Because as we talked in part 1, everything is leading to, it's going to be a win-win-win, right? Because of the Wynn casino, et cetera. And actually factors outside of just the gaming casino that we addressed in part 1 of our episode. But if we want to factor, and if we want to hedge against any potential risks involved, then you have to make sure you're investing with the right developer, which we want to talk about, with Ellington.
Exactly.
And I'm going to say something though. This is probably where he was talking about the WhatsApp messages with sometimes mad faces, is that because of your scarcity and because you don't have thousands of units, you've never let us down, but it's not easy to get an Ellington prime unit.
Especially if it's EOI.
And that's the thing that, this is another one of those things where I'm still battling a little bit of American investors, not UK investors, they understand, but American investors of understanding that EOI process, that expression of interest, especially with a top tier developer such as Ellington, okay, especially with the top desired locations or the best units in those locations, is one of the most important factors. Can you expand upon that?
course. EOI, especially in off-plan, is the most important step you do when you want to buy a property in Dubai. EOI is basically stand for expression of interest, that you are expressing your interest in this project. Now, some people, they think, if I'm going to submit EOI, usually EOI, like you get your passport, buyer information sheet, refundable fees of, depends now on the developer, 50,000 dirham or 100,000 dirham, then you are officially on the waiting list.
Just the waiting
Just
list.
the waiting list
Exactly.
to buy in that project. So EOI is an appointment, not commitment.
That's
a
very
good one.
real.
Exactly. EOI is an appointment which costs you 25,000 All right. So this is important. Why? Because we have a lot of requests. Like we have a lot of people that they are willing to buy.
You have
but-
60,000 brokers.
Exactly.
Of course, you're going to have a lot of requests.
and client at the same time. So we need to filter. We want to see who is really interested in this project, who want to be part of this project. That's why, and thanks to you guys, Ahmed and Gigi, one of the best brokers that I have as well, by guiding the clients in the right way with the right developer, it's really important. Because let's say if you don't submit your ROI, you are not even in the waiting list. All right, as a developer salesperson. All right, when we open any project, like when we announce the official sale day, we have list of clients that submitted their EOI, and we check their EOI, by the way. Like if all true, if there is a fake EOI, we ignore that one as well. So sometimes, let's look at this now. Sometimes we have a project with 400 units, number of registered client 1,000.
Wow.
This is only registered, all right? So it's a challenging for us. Who will
gets,
be?
Yeah, who gets what first?
Exactly. For this, we go check who submitted the EOI first. Like date of EOI is really important in off-plan. Number two, we see who paid higher EOI even in some cases. Right?
And who's the broker you're working
And
with?
who is the broker? Because of course, really,
Yeah, the relationships.
our channel partner is very important. Sometimes we give units to agencies that been doing business with us for a long time. We don't want one-time buyer. We don't want. We want a long-term client in our portfolio. So submitting EOI is one of the most important steps that you do before buying an off-plan.
Thank you for clarifying that. I'm going to ask you another question for the people that say I'm going to wait for the brochure and then I'll make a decision.
So in Dubai, we got used to sell apartments without even seeing the floor plan.
Correct.
All right.
American clients still say, "What are you talking about?" I say, "I mean, you could wait for the brochure."
Yeah. But the project will not wait for you. All right.
There you go.
And then the other thing to clarify, the client should be assured and at ease knowing that the EOI is fully refundable.
Yes,
so
correct.
that makes it a lot easier to understand why it is so important to place the EOI even if they have not seen the brochure, if that's one of their condition.
Exactly.
But a lot of the times investors are not aware of that. So they feel like, oh my God, if I submit my EOI, my deposit, I will not get. So that's a very expensive appointment I'm making. So yes, it is. We usually clarify that, and thanks to yourself.
I'm glad for you clarifying it more. And I think it's even more so with Ellington. Like there are some developers that are going out to the United States and they're saying, "We'll give you 2 free tickets and 5 nights hotel. And come out here and all to sell a unit." And I say, just think logically about this. Let's think logically. Why do they have to do that? Ellington doesn't have to do that. Emar doesn't have to do that.
Exactly.
Nakhil doesn't have to do that. Beyond doesn't have to do that. Why does this brand have to persuade you and bribe you when I am fighting Abdul Latif to get my clients their units and fighting for them because the desirable brands that have the positive reputation in this region are killing it. And so actually, I want to segue into a success story in Ras Al Khaimah, your first launch. Tell us about that.
See, very good point, by the way, regarding the EOI, because especially international clients need to know that it's really important point to do, right? Sometimes I tell my clients, we are not here to sell. You are here to buy.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
I'm not trying to be selfish here.
I want to trademark all of his little one-liners.
Copyright, Habibti. You cannot take all this. Now, beside Ras Al Khaimah first project, like for us, we kind of got used to it. Every project that we are announcing, somehow it sold out even before
The actual lounge.
The actual lounge, basically. Why? Because as Ellington, we want, yes, we are here to make money as well, like all other businesses, but we want our investors also to make money. Like if I don't make my investor money, if he doesn't see profit, they will not come back to us again, right? That's why we have a lot of repeated clients.
That's why
with
they
Ellington.
sell out during EOIs.
Exactly. Like I have clients that being like I saw them 2-3 years ago and hey, I saw this on your Instagram. I'm interested. They are like, this is type
I hope
of,
it's not my client that I brought to you. I'm just kidding. I'm just using. I'm going to go.
me and you same, don't worry.
I'm just teasing. Sorry.
Exactly. So now we have a new project, by the way, coming up in Ras Al Khaimah.
Yes.
It's called Sotogrande. See, we have in RAK this beautiful Spanish
You know,
name.
Sotogrande is, I live in Estepona right now. I'm based right now next to Marbella. And that's an area that's just like a half an hour from where I've been staying this whole summer. Sotogrande. Have you been there?
Not yet.
Weren't you supposed to come visit this summer?
I
You end
wasn't-
up going to Monaco instead, right?
Exactly. Yalla, welcome. She will be my tour guide.
So Sotogrande is based on the Costa del Sol in Spain, the name.
Yeah.
So tell us about it.
We have like Spanish names in our Ras Al Khaimah project. Costa Mare, Sotogrande. I have to speak Spanish now. Sotogrande located in Hamra Island, basically. Again, if we look at the three islands, Marjan, Hamra, Min Al Arab, kinda they are growing all together in terms of capital appreciation.
Okay.
All right?
So fairly equally?
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. But the entry ticket of Al Hamra is way less compared to Marjan. So
Now,
if you
why
are,
is
if
that?
you, see, I cannot tell you why it's exactly like that because number of developer in Al Hamra way less compared to Marjan.
Okay.
You know, so you know in Marjan, so a lot of big developer brands are there. So that's why the project keep increasing, and the fact that you know it's next to the Wynn and it has this effect.
Okay.
Now, if you want to be a very smart investor, all right, go buy an Al Hamra. Why? Because you can see the same path is growing in all the three, but the affordability in Al Hamra is way better. So instead of paying 3,000 to 3,100 dirham per square foot in, let's say, in Marjan, you can buy 2,000 dirham in Al Hamra. Now, I'll give you very exclusive news, all right?
Okay.
Maybe you know it already.
Okay.
That there will be connection from Al Hamra to Al Marjan.
I was just going to ask you, what is that connection going to be?
Bridge.
A bridge. And
Exactly.
how long will that drive be?
I'm not sure because you know the master developer is doing this.
Okay.
But see, RAK is growing, same as Dubai. Like another example, yeah. In Europe, I noticed the public transportation is very advanced. Like you can get from point A to point Z in like 10 to 15 minutes. In Dubai, we have now only the first line on the Sheikh Zayed, right?
Yeah.
But there is future plan, the blue metro
course,
line,
the
the
yellow
brown.
line,
So this is a very
yes.
important fact. This also will happen in Ras Al Khaimah.
And Ras Al Khaimah.
So the travel distance today from Al Hamra to Marjan, 10, 12 minutes, depends how fast.
Today,
you do.
right now.
Yeah,
It's
today.
only 10 or 15 minutes.
Today. But I believe in future, to 5 minutes.
Yeah, because it's on the same coast.
Same cost, exactly. So,
So
that's,
what's the price per square foot right now?
in Sotogrande, expected to be 2,000 to 2,400. Like, very affordable. Now, in terms of ticket price, you can get a studio for 900 to 1 million. One bed at 1.5 million. Now, of course, you know, if you take the same the product is amazing. Beautiful resort style. Like, if you just see the brochure, you're going to be in love with this project, all right? Now, if I take the same product, I put it in Marjan, that one bed is at 2.7 million. So I'm saving a 1 million for a 5-minute distance travel, where I can get the same capital appreciation, you know, because the whole Emirate is growing, and I can get very good short term rental value as well. Like if you do the calculation, let's take a one bed around 700 dirham per night. You're gonna do like after removing all the charges, somewhere between 9.6 to 9.8%. Isn't it amazing?
No taxes.
Exactly, no taxes. Now this is your part, huh? No taxes, safe.
Safe investment.
Exactly.
That's incredible news. And when is the launch happening?
In just 1 week time.
1 week?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I need to get this edited and out right away.
Okay, for you it's in 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you. I
No
mean,
worries.
that's the thing. I am the Dubai Connect, and
Yeah.
we have been bringing you Abdul Latif, and we've been developing a relationship, and it's important. I think that our relationship is important. You understand. I always say that Dubai real estate brokers are very spoiled if they're only selling to this area and region, because it's easy to sell in this area and region. Everyone already believes in it. Everybody already understands. They understand that everything's done on WhatsApp. They understand you said your passport in. They understand EOIs, and they understand you buy before you see a floor plan. You understand that my American investors are a different mindset, that the Canadians are a different mindset. They're catching on. And now, for example, just the H-1B visa news that Trump just implemented $100,000. I've been getting phone calls morning, noon, and night for that golden visa, right? Because if you make a purchase of 2 million dirham, you get the golden visa. And by the way, that's in Ras Al Khaimah as well. The rules may differ as far as when you get the golden visa, but it's still 2 million dirham, right?
It's still 2 million. It has a bit different system compared to Dubai. Even in terms of uqud, Dubai, it's very old in terms of real estate market. RAK, yes, old, but now is getting the hype, So they are improving all the system. Now, for example, the difference between Dubai uqud, you can get it like matter of seconds from Dubai Land Department and the registration. RAK is still, it's like a physical concept.
How long does it take in RAK?
It depends on developer to developer. That takes like 2 weeks.
From developer to
2 weeks.
2 weeks after the 20% payment?
2 weeks after signing
I've also seen in some cases it took actually a couple of months. 2 months.
Exactly.
So it varies.
So 2 weeks to 2 months, you get the uqud.
Uqud, you usually get it after the SPA, signing the SPA. Now, to get the SPA, you need to pay your down payment plus the registration fees. Now, for example, the registration fees in RAK is different than Dubai. In Dubai, you pay with the down payment, 4%. Correct. In RAK, you pay on the completion. So you just pay the down payment and you pay only
what's the percentage for the registration?
Registration is 4%. But,
same as DLT.
In RAK, what we do, for example, we pay 2% from our side and the investor will pay
very nice.
2%,
Very nice.
Half
it's the same with regards to the legalities of the short-term rentals, all of that, right?
Of course.
Yep.
Of course.
Which can all be done online safely. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching what's been happening since you left to go to Europe, because didn't you just come from Paris, by the way?
Yes, I did.
A lot of cities, top markets around the world, are becoming more and more difficult for short-term rentals. Spain. So it's becoming more difficult to do the short-term rentals in so many of the top markets. But the UAE welcomes it. And that short-term rental is typically 3, 4, 5% more than, let's say, a long-term rental. There's still a benefit to getting that long-term renter in, because you get that 1 year check at a time that's usually done here, and it's a comfort, peace of mind. But you can make more money off that short-term rental. And the ability to do it here is so simple. No matter where you are on the globe, everything is just done and digitized online. So you just collect your masari.
Yeah, your profit.
Your win-win-win.
Exactly.
Do you have plans to launch more in Ras Al Khaimah?
You want to make me some trouble over here, huh? Of course, then we are a developer.
You're a developer.
We're going to be looking for opportunities. We will make our clients happy as well. Definitely, we're coming up with very exciting projects. I cannot announce it over here. It's not official yet. But believe me, every project that you will invest or buy with Ellington, you're going to be happy client with us.
For Sotogrande, what are some of the amenities that are differentiated from other projects on Hamra?
Your favorite, Pilates and yoga with matcha. My favorite is paddle.
Paddle. That's becoming so hot right now all over Europe too.
You know how expensive is it in Dubai?
How funny. That's a big thing in Spain as well, by the way, paddle.
It's a Spanish game.
Yes,
exactly.
Okay.
But it's like all the amenities that you think are there, but the way that we design is different. Like, for example, it's triple height lobby, right? And the lobby itself, the way that we design the lobby, because the second floor has an infinity pool. The length of that pool? 60 meter. Now, Olympic size swimming pool is 50 meter. Imagine in your residential, not even branded or hotel, we got a 60 meter swimming pool for our resident, all right? And there is sort of like a hole, all right, from the lobby ceiling, all right, that you can see the pool from the lobby of that building, all right? And then, so many other, we did adventure climb wall in the gym. We have a podcast room as well.
Wait,
in our
what?
Yes.
Wait, so can I negotiate that my next sell that I get my own place that you give it to me so I can do my podcast?
Of course, you are a very important channel point for us. You can get...
By the way, by United States standards, that's a verbal agreement, and now you have to live up to it.
Done. Consider it done.
You know, one thing I will say that is so huge in the UAE, that's fascinating to me as, again, somebody who is connected with the Costa del Sol and San Diego, California, is how much your projects and the top tier developers in the UAE, Dubai, Ras Al Khaimah, and Abu Dhabi, about the lifestyle. We're not talking about just you're buying an apartment. We're talking about after you come home from work, everything you could imagine that brings you a quality of life, right? From, like you said, the pool, the Pilates, the gym, the adventures.
Club lounge.
Yeah, wait, what?
You know what club lounge means?
No.
Amazing. So one of my colleagues, she lives in the same building, in Ellington building. Sorry. Okay. So she said, I'm gonna do my birthday party in the building. Then I said, where? She said, in the club lounge. Club lounge basically is a part of amenities in the building. Let's say you live in one bed, a studio, let's say even 2 bedroom. But you know, if you want to invite your friends for birthday parties, for event, is it always should I go outside to restaurant to book, blah, blah, and all this stuff? I want to be in my home, but you know, I don't have a space. So club lounge is the perfect place for such events. So she booked the club lounge. She brought the catering services and all this. We really had the fun time in the club lounge. I always give this example. It's like your home, but without the bed. You have kitchenette, you have PlayStation, VR, billiardo, ping pong, all this for you. It's only for you. So no need to go outside the building. You can reserve all this in your building. Come and enjoy with your friends and family. If you got bored one day, you know, you just want to read a book, whatever, go in the club lounge. You're going to communicate with your friends, neighbors over there. So this is, and that's why you mentioned as well. Yes, I traveled also Europe, whatever. Every building that you go, there's
stale.
no amenities.
It's stale.
Yeah, it's concrete.
Dubai is always about convenience.
Yes.
That's what I love about this country, and that's when you really appreciate this country, Dubai, is when you travel outside of Dubai, especially to Europe. I mean, I was just now in Spain, you know, so I was in Estepona, Barcelona, Madrid, and not a day goes by that I say to myself and compare that if I was in Dubai, I wouldn't be going through this. It would have just happened for me like this. You go through a lot of inconvenience when you're traveling to these countries. I feel Dubai, again, we hear this over and over again. Dubai really spoils you to a point where you just can't wait to come back to Dubai for that comfort. You know, life is comfortable here. Because Gigi's always asking me, do you ever see yourself going back to America? And I'm like, impossible. After living 27 plus years over here, there's no way I could live in that kind of environment. It's a shame to say this, but US and the other countries in Europe are starting to look like a third world country compared to Dubai.
Have you been to the United States?
Not yet.
You haven't?
No.
You're not missing out on anything.
No, San Diego's beautiful. Come visit
San Diego, no doubt about it. Abdul Latif, it's beautiful.
San Diego's gorgeous.
America, it is a great place to experience once in a lifetime.
Very
but
far,
I guarantee you,
Very what?
very
it's
far.
quite far.
But
Correct.
I think I'm gonna be coming very soon because of the World Cup. I'm a huge football fan. You've seen my Instagram as well.
Yes.
So that's in the United States, Mexico, and Canada.
Where in the U.S. are they having it?
New York, of course, and
New York.
the other cities.
Okay.
So
My daughter lives in
Let's
New
see
York.
how
We'll meet up.
successful it's going to be. There's a lot of question
Exactly.
marks on
I
that.
cannot wait to get your feedback when you go to New York for the first time. I think you're going to run away with me.
should I go? Should I skip?
Yeah,
Cancel.
we'll-
I'm gonna cancel my
Abdul
old plans.
Latif is gonna survive.
Cancel. I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
it from home better.
You're going to have someone pick you up at the airport, hand walk you in an own little
What?
sheltered car.
Or maybe-
You're going to be traumatized, Abdul Latif. أخاف عليك. I don't know if I should let you go.
I don't know how this.
Habibi, come to Dubai.
So to sum up Sotogrande, which I just love that name, right? We're talking about what's the price per square foot for entry point right now?
Around 2,000 to 2,400. G plus 20.
Okay.
There are 2 towers, G plus 20 and
Okay.
G plus 23.
2 towers.
Are you launching both towers at the same time?
Most probably,
Most
yes.
likely, yeah.
Okay.
Because we have a load of pressure.
How many units?
Around 602 units,
Okay.
right between studios, 1 bed, 2 bed, 2 plus me, 3 bed, and a beautiful penthouse of 4 bedroom. I wish I buy. Very close to the beach, steps.
How close to the beach?
Walking or driving?
Yeah, walking.
Of course, walking distance. I'm joking. All right, it's 30 seconds.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Yeah.
So are you saying
Amazing.
it's a direct water beach? It has its own private beach, or
It's not on private beach.
Okay.
We do have other projects that has its own private,
Correct.
like Costa
Yes.
Mare. But this is like steps from the beach. It's beautiful.
Fantastic.
And the golf course is just behind you. Al Hamra is one of the island that combines both sea and golf. You don't get this in Dubai, yeah? Like you cannot get place
Both.
that has these two feature in one location.
And paddle.
Of course.
And
but-
paddle.
So it's very so it's very smart investment to look at this. The price all the way from 900,000 dirham for a studio. One bed has 1.5 to 1. You don't get this in Dubai. Like such price, like you cannot get this pricing.
And what about
And with an Ellington and
with
with a
this quality.
developer Ellington.
Exactly.
and what about what you guys are famous for? Your payment plan.
You know. So payment plan, again, every developer has his own payment plan, right? We follow 70-30 payment plan, 70 during the construction and 30 on completion. But after certain installment, the payments always link with the construction update.
Okay.
This is the most safest payment
I
plan.
was going to say that protects the investor.
There are two types
Yeah.
of payment plan, whether it's dated payment plan or construction link payment plan. We follow the construction link payment plan. It's fair for both sides,
Of course.
developer and investor.
Much preferred.
You pay as the project construction stage.
Handover date?
2029 will be end of 2029.
So, and then Wynn is supposed to hand over in 2027,
Which
first
is-
quarter.
yes, 2027, which is very good. Like I like
Exactly.
the project that will be delivered after the win because it take that hype, those
Exactly.
influencers, Snapchat, Instagram
Yes.
stories, TikToks, and all
Yes.
this. So by time, it's gonna be more growing and growing. This is one option of other option that we have. We have so many different other projects. We have something for everyone, basically.
You do.
Yes.
But you need to go through me to
Of
be able to
course.
go through him.
Of course, you will get the special treatment with her.
Thank
now,
you.
what is special treatment? What type of deal?
You won't know till you call me.
Exactly.
You're so nice. You answer me any time of day, in any country you're in, and I want to thank you for that.
Most welcome.
And with that, I will say we have addressed that to purchase an Ellington and to
Yes.
get a secure unit, you have to use the EOI process. You can learn more about Ellington in another podcast that we did to understand the brand more because the developer really matters. Our first segment that we did goes into Ras Al Khaimah, but of course you can reach out to me with any additional questions that you may have. This will sell out most likely within the next few days. So please reach out to me now if you're ready to make an investment with either this project or learn more about what Ellington has coming up so we can get you on that priority list. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, and stay tuned for the next episode of the Dubai Connect podcast. Happy investing.